Hello, it's Reija and welcome to another day of VLOGMAS. Today I am going to be doing Under the Influence of Booktube tag. This tag was originally created by the abookolive and I was tagged by Andreea from Infinite Text. I hope you will enjoy this tag. Question 1. What's a fantastic book you read off the recommendation of another booktuber? And oppositely, what's a book that you were talked out of reading because of a booktuber's review? I have read a bunch of amazing books of the recommendations of other booktubers. First off, Wild Beauty by Anna-Marie McLemore comes to mind. Kelsey from The Fancy Hat Lady read this, Adriana from Perpetual Pages read this, and CC from Problems of a Book Nerd read this, and they basically got me into reading it and I loved it. I wouldn't say that I've been talked out of reading a book by other booktubers. Let's just say that there are some books that I maybe lowered my expectations a bit after some negative reviews. Question 2. Has Booktube opened your mind to or changed your mind about any genres? I'd say yes, not in a sense that I'm reading more variedly now, because that's not true. My go-to genre is still fantasy and I dabble in science fiction and stuff, so I'm still reading the same as before, but I'm not perhaps that judgmental as I was when I first came to Booktube. I remember there were a couple tags that I did where I kind of dissed the romance genre and also historical fiction, and I've since decided that even if they are not genres for me, or that I might have apprehensions about them, I still should not brush or paint a brush stroke across the whole genre based on a few maybe not so good reading experiences or something, because I get so annoyed when people diss fantasy, so why would I do the same to other genres, you know? So that's maybe a thing that I've learned by watching Booktube, because I watch a lot of booktubers who read completely different genres than me. For example, Books and Lala reads contemporaries and thrillers and domestic thrillers, and I don't read those at all, but I still value her opinions. And there are a bunch of other booktubers who read a bunch of various different genres that I probably don't, but it still taught me a lot more appreciation for other genres than the ones that are in my comfort zone. Question 3. How much time did you spend on YouTube before Booktube and how much time do you spend on it now? I watched a few gaming channels before I discovered Booktube and also Adam Savage's Tested. But my watching time was very limited. I would watch their videos in one go and then I wouldn't go to YouTube for a week or so or something. But now I'm on YouTube every day, all the time, and watching Booktube has kind of turned into my relaxing time, where if I'm tired or I don't have anything planned or I just want to chill, instead of watching TV, I just watch Booktube. Question 4. How many books did you read per month or per year before Booktube and how many do you read now? So right before joining Booktube, I was actually experiencing quite a big slump, and Booktube helped me get back into the habit of reading more often. I have always loved reading and I have been an avid reader ever since I was a little girl, but I was also suffering from really bad depression and I hadn't really gotten treatment for it and such. So I should say that Booktube has really helped me read more, because there are friends I can talk with and there's kind of a structure to it because you do wrap-ups and you do TBRs and such. So you are always kind of planning your reading in a way. So I would say that I am reading a lot more now. Before Booktube, I probably read like maybe 3 books a month or something. And now I think on average, I think I read like 5. So I do read more now. Question 5. Has Booktube affected your book buying habits? And if so, are you pleased or displeased by this? Yes, I buy a lot more books now. And I am considering actually going into a sort of book buying ban next year. Similar to how Daniela from Daniela in Prague did this year for her channel. She didn't buy any books. And I'm considering doing the same because while I was organizing my shelves, I actually had to migrate my mangas to a completely different shelf because I had piles of books that weren't on shelves before and they couldn't fit anywhere. So now I've appropriated another shelf that wasn't mine before because I have too many books. So my goal for the next year probably is to try and reduce my physical TBR so that then I am allowed to buy more books again. Question 6. Has a review by a booktuber ever retroactively made you reconsider your stance on a book? No, I don't think so. I do watch a lot of reviews of books that I have read, and they don't necessarily make me change my mind about the book, but they kind of give me new appreciation for things that I might have missed. And when I go for a reread, especially if it's a favorite book, then I can maybe more easily see those things that were pointed out in reviews. But I don't think I've ever actively started like disliking or liking a book after someone else has told me their opinion. Like, I have to go through that process myself, if you know what I mean. Question 7. Are there any videos you've been inspired to make after seeing another booktuber's video? Have you ever felt inspired by another booktuber's style? Yes, for example, Mercy's Bookish Musings did the 5-star book predictions things, and those were so much fun that I did my own version, and I'm considering doing another batch soon. There have been a lot of inspirational videos that I've taken inspiration from myself. And booktubers with a style aesthetic that I really enjoy are Kelsey from the Fancy Hat Lady Reads. Thomas from SFF 180 just has a really nice presentation on their channel. And Sam from Sam's Nonsense, just her whole room is my aesthetic, and I wish I had that room. Like, can I come live in your closet, Sam? Because not in a creepy way, but you know, that's just mwah. I love that. Question 8. What are some pressures you feel on your reading life because of your channel? I definitely feel like I have to constantly be reading. I feel like sometimes there's this pressure to be reading even when you want to do something else, and when I don't have time to read, or when I need to do something like school stuff and such, I find myself wondering like, I should be reading right now. But I've decided that I am not going to stress about that. I will read when I want to, and most likely I will enjoy myself and I will enjoy the books that I read, because my mindset is actually going towards reading, and I will probably enjoy the reading experience a lot more because I am actively doing it because I want to, not because I have to. Question 9. In what way, if any, do you feel the social element of the community has impacted your reading? Do you think about books differently since joining? I don't know if I think about books differently. I still love books. I love everything about books. I was already a very critical and analytical reader before joining Booktube. But the social aspect of getting to discuss the books means that I think that I have had a more profound experience while reading them. I remember details more clearly. I remember like themes and characters and plot points more clearly because especially during buddy reads, I am actively talking about the things with others and putting down notes and stuff. So the social aspect has made me remember things more clearly, and the things that I'm reading are etched more deeply into my brain, sort of. So I think the social aspect helps me to have a more deep reading experience. Question 10. What influence do you hope your own channel will have on the Booktube community and or aspiring booktubers? I really don't know. I mean, I hope people enjoy the content that I put out. And yeah, I hope that the message that I put out on my channel is that you can do this even if you're a little older, even if you don't look like someone else, even if you are not like someone else, you know. Like we are all allowed to be here. We can all be here, create content, enjoy content, and talk about books no matter who we are. So I think if my being here will project that message for someone else, I think I've done my part. And yeah, and if someone finds books that they enjoy through my channel, then I also think that I have done my part. And yeah, that's my 2 cents. And then the only thing to do is to tag people. And I am going to tag Lucy Reads, Daniela in Prague, Kelsey from the Fancy Hat Lady, and who else? Nina from Corners of a Bookshelf. I tag you also. And yeah, there are the people I want to tag, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Bye bye!